Today's devotional is for January 29th, 2021, and today we'll be reading from the book of John, chapter 10. So John chapter 10, verses 7 through 15. So again, Jesus said to them, "Very truly, I tell you, I am the gate for the sheep. All who came before me are thieves and bandits, but the sheep did not listen to them. I am the gate. Whoever enters by me will be saved, and will come in and go out and find pasture. The thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy. I have come that they may have life and have it abundantly. I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd lays down his life for the sheep. The hired hand, who is not the shepherd and does not own the sheep, sees the wolf coming and leaves the sheep and runs away. And the wolf snatches them and scatters them. The hired hand runs away because a hired hand does not care for the sheep. I am the good shepherd. I know my own, and my own know me, just as the Father knows me, and I know the Father. And I lay down my life for the sheep." So, the story of the Good Shepherd is one that I've read a few times, and as well as the component of the gate. And I think that a lot of times I think, okay, this is, a good way, especially these are ones we've heard so often, I think, because they start even as children as a way that we can kind of understand Jesus and his love for us. And in reflection of them this time and thinking about a gate, what is in reference to the sheep, because I never necessarily thought about those together. And the first thing that I thought of is a form of protection. And then I started to ask myself, is that what he's offering? He talks about how, the hired hand doesn't offer protection because he doesn't actually care for the sheep, and the wolves come and they're not protected. But Jesus is there, and he ensures that we are all there. And what I go back to, so protection is maybe part of it, but I think John 10, verse 10, was the real answer in what the gate and the shepherd is providing. It says that I have come that they may have life and have it to the full. So, I think my initial answer, what I came to a realization in the initial answer of protection, is not necessarily wrong, but it does come from a place of sometimes with anxiety and, bad things could happen, and if you're doing this, and now good things will happen, because God is a God of abundance, and that is not necessarily true, as we've learned about, as we've talked about through in some of the previous things, that God's point was not necessarily to take away suffering from the world, and that we are called to act in all sorts of different ways, from acting and knocking to bringing justice to living in faith over law, and all of these different components. And so what does the verse really mean when it says that God, or Jesus, is bringing us life and having it in its fullness? And what did Jesus really give up, and give up his life to bring for us? And so obviously this fullness is not about the earthly things like riches or anything like that, but of the Spirit. And so the life that Christ is offering us is a heart, mind, soul, and strength, brimming with gratitude, peace, and love. And that's what I think it means for the fullness and the life that Christ brings. So I take today to thank you, God, for those scriptures, and to remind us of what our life is, and what life force you bring to us while we are here and in your spirit, and how we can continue to share that with others.